Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. This tweet made my day, and so I want to share it with you all. It says, quote, "Please reset the days since a Democrat staffer tried to have sex in a secure facility clock," end quote. That's in reference to this article from the Daily Mail, which says that Jill Biden's press secretary, Michael LaRosa, was quote unquote forced out of the White House after he tried to take gay dates to his room on a secure floor of the hotel where the president was staying during the NATO summit in Madrid. Now, I, for one, am so glad that decency is back on the ballot with the Bidens in charge, because without them, where would we be? Imagine how boring politics would be if we didn't have Michael LaRosa, or the two gay sex tape scandals that have rocked Congress this past week, or the cocaine baggie found inside the White House, or that trans woman flashing his fake prosthetic breasts at Biden's Pride event earlier this year. Just great stuff all around. Just when you think things can't get any worse, they do, showing you there is no end to the stupidity. Which reminds me, it's time for our Everything is Stupid weekly wrap-up with author and supply chain consultant Jim Nels. Jim, thanks for being here tonight. What do you have for us this Friday?
Kara, you're stealing everything I'm doing next week in my year-end wrap-up. So, oh my goodness gracious, I'm going to have to write a new script. But anyway, thank you for having me on tonight, and greetings from the Everything is Stupid studios here in Chicago. As usual, it's been another crazy, stupid week. We have a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Let's start with Harvard, a school that told me I was not good enough to participate in their liberal indoctrination programs back in the early 1990s. Kara, you probably weren't even born then. Harvard's president, Claudine Gay, who earns is probably a strong word, who makes nearly $900,000 a year, continues to be in the news, and not for anything good. Remember her brilliant testimony from the Congress, where for some reason she could not condemn anti-Semitism, and said that calling for the extermination of Jews need to be understood in the context in which the words were used before students could be held accountable. She continues to hold her position because she's a diversity hire, and she's bulletproof. And though she's now been charged with 40 instances of plagiarism. It's interesting, right? When a Harvard student copies another person's work without citing the author, it's called plagiarism. When the president of the university does it, it's called inadequate citation. The controversy is costing Harvard, with donors rescinding more than $1 billion in donations. $1 billion. Kara, if any of those donors are interested and listening, I condemn anti-Semitism, and I'm happy to take their money. But should we be upset with Gay's alleged plagiarism? I mean, I'm the one who said 7 years ago, and Honest Abe stole that line. I let it go. But it shows a bigger issue. Diversity hires are destroying the nation. Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, Ketanji Brown Jackson are living proof of failing upwards. Remember when Justice Brown Jackson said during her confirmation hearings that she is not a doctor and therefore cannot define what a woman is? Now, Kara, I'm not a veterinarian, but I do know the difference between a dog and a cat. Now, let's move to my hometown of Chicago. The People's Republic of Chicago, that is, where everything is really, really, really stupid. Like many Democrat-run cities, Chicago prides itself as a sanctuary city. But when the reality of letting in 10,000 illegal immigrants a day hits the government, they blame the previous administration. Texas Governor Greg Abbott recently flew 91 illegals to Chicago. This angered the mayor of a sanctuary city, who claimed, quote, that the Texas governor was trying to create chaos throughout the country. The Chicago mayor made the comments on a television show called Chicago Tonight, Black Voices. Can you imagine the backlash of a show called Chicago Tonight? Whitey speaks out. Anyway, like other liberal Democrat mayors, that's redundant, but like many liberal mayors, the Chicago mayor, Mayor Johnson, didn't ask for a policy change. He didn't ask for the president to close the border. He predictably asked for, wait for it, more money. Mayor Johnson wants $5 billion to deal with migrants, but he's a wimp. New York Mayor Adams wants $12 billion. I guess we can confirm that Chicago is, in fact, the second city. It's time now for the rapid fire portion of our segment, because some stories are so stupid they don't need any help from me. Let's stay in New York, where everything is going so well, the government is focusing on important issues. This week, it's Chick-fil-A. Yes, the state that has a homeless crisis, a drug crisis, and still believe that kiosks will fix organized retail theft, has decided that our beloved fast food restaurant must be open on Sundays.